Thank you for being here. It's my honor to perform this duty of swearing in our new city electeds. Amer Ghalib will be first. Our next mayor, Amer Ghalib, is a husband and father of 3 daughters, Mayesam, Ansam, Balsam. He was born and raised in Yemen until the age of 18 when he came to the United States. He finished his final year of high school here at Hamtramck High School while working a factory job after school. Mayor-elect Ghalib then attended Henry Ford Community College and transferred to Wayne State University where he earned a bachelor's degree in biological science. He has a second bachelor's degree in health and nursing science from Indiana Wesleyan University. He finished his medical school education at Ross University School of Medicine and is working toward obtaining his full medical board certification as a medical doctor. He currently works at Hamtramck Medical Group, and Mayor-elect Ghalib is also a poet and has an unpublished book of Arabic poetry. He is a community and political activist.
I, Amer Ghalib, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
And that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Mayor of the City of Hamtramck,
Mayor of the City of Hamtramck,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year and Happy New Hamtramck. I'm very humbled and honored to stand before you all today as the next mayor of Hamtramck. Thank you, Hamtramck residents, for making this historic inauguration a possibility. And an opportunity that was once a dream, a reality. Together as a community, we have become an exception to what was previously considered impossible. Thank you for putting your faith and trust in my leadership. To my family, my parents, my wife and daughters, thank you for supporting me in all circumstances, standing by my side and building me up during even the most stressful of times. To our elected officials, city officials, distinguished guests, especially those who came from out of the state, thank you for being a part of this monumental experience, as this is a victory for all. My advisory committee for the past 6 months today, except my friend and the ones who supervise the team, Adam and Harvey, was traveling and couldn't make it today. Thank you so much for your hard work and for being there for me whenever I needed you. You were one of the most effective and productive teams I ever worked with. And this achievement is the fruit of your efforts, which marks the beginning of a new chapter in our city's history. Thank you so much. To our outgoing city council members, I only see one of them here, my friend, Father Marsumi. Thank you for your commitment, dedication, and service to our community. To our former mayor, Dr. Karen Bayaski, our community owes you a debt of gratitude for what you have done for our city. Your endless love and your service to our city for so many years are greatly appreciated. Thank you for your collaborative efforts in making the transitional process a seamless one. I look forward to working with you to better serve our city. Ladies and gentlemen, over 21 years ago, in the summer of 2000, I graduated from this high school, Hamtramck High School. Days before graduation, my advisor called me to the office to evaluate my transcripts, which noted I completed up to 11th grade in Yemen and my senior year in Hamtramck High. She then looked at me and said, "What do you want to study when you go to college?" I answered without hesitance, political science. She looked at me surprisingly and said, "Political science? Why would you waste your talent in politics?" She said, "Look at your grades, all A's in physics, biology, chemistry, algebra, geometry, and calculus, and you want to study politics?" I responded back and said, "But I also have A's in American history, economics, and government classes." She said, "That's true, but I don't think you have any future in politics in this country. You will always have an accent when you speak English," which is true, I believe in that. "And your background will not be in your favor." I thought about what she said, and after hearing the same concerns and recommendations from other trustworthy people, I decided to go for my second favorite field of interest, which was medicine. And after 10 years of studying medicine and many years of serving my community in the healthcare field, I decided to come back and embrace my first love, politics. I came back knowing that being a public servant requires no specific field of study or specific titles, rather it requires a passion and commitment. I did not come back empty-handed. Rather, I brought with me a lot of knowledge and skills, as well as some crucial ethical principles that I learned in medical school that helped shape my personality and contributed to who I am today. Autonomy is one of them, where the interest of the patients comes first, as they taught us. Their opinions matter the most, and they decide for themselves, and we cannot decide for them. As the mayor of Hamtramck, I will ensure that all residents will have the right to autonomy, and we will lend a listening ear to what they have to say. Justice is another ethical principle that I learned in my career, where we need to treat and serve everyone equally, no matter their background, their values, their lifestyle, who they love, or the color of their skin. It's only ethical to be just and fair to everyone. Beneficence, non-maleficence is another one, which simply means to do good and do no harm to your clients. If I can't help you, I will never do anything intentionally to harm you. These principles, in addition to promoting diversity, equality, and opportunity, will guide me as your mayor, and together we can write Hamtramck's next chapter. We will focus on practicing a politics of unity, transparency, and inclusivity, rather than one of division, favoritism, and exclusivity. The philosophy of teamwork and cooperation, instead of that of constant conflict and an endless rivalry. Dear Hamtramckans, We have many challenges ahead of us, and we can only face those challenges if we work together. We will continue to search for solutions and for hope with no despair. And as once said by a great Yemeni poet, Dr. Abdulaziz al-Maqalih, searching for hope and late in the midst of darkness, he said, "We will continue to dig on the wall. Either we make an opening for the light to pass through, or we die on the face of the wall. Our pickaxes will catch no despair, nor boredom of retraction." As your mayor, I'll keep the line of communication open between the city government and the residents. We will improve communication by delivering messages to residents in a language comprehensible to them. We will keep them well informed should issues arise, and will not take decisions behind closed doors without taking the ideas of stakeholders into consideration. Although I can't promise that we may not always see eye to eye, what I can promise is that we will never refuse to negotiate and learn from each other's differences. I'm a big believer of constructive dialogue, where we can always meet halfway, unless the interest of the city lies toward one end of the line. We will implement preventative measures by educating our residents to keep our city clean, safe, and free of any risky behaviors such as speeding and reckless driving. We will work toward improving our public safety by supporting our police and firefighters and making sure that they are well trained to keep us safe. By working with the county, state, and the federal government, we will do our best to solve our city's chronic problems. What took decades to develop cannot be fixed in 1 or 2 years. However, fixing the streets and alleys, expediting the process of lead pipe replacement, repairing the sewer system, and balancing our city's budget are some of the priorities and long-term goals that we together can work toward accomplishing. In 2 days, I'll chair the first City Council meeting. In these trying times, I can assure you that I will set bold yet attainable goals for our city. And though we may not be able to resolve our current issues by the end of the first meeting I chair, let's remain optimistic about our future and continue to strive for a better Hamtramck. If we would like to see change happen, we must make an impact. An impact comes from action. I promise you action. Once again, thank you for trusting in my leadership. Let's get to work. Thank you so much, and God bless you.